Hi, I'm Randy Orr with Berkshire Hathaway. People often confuse Laguna Beach with Laguna Niguel if you're not familiar with the area. Let's talk about those differences. Laguna Beach is a coastal village with an artistic backbone. It's galleries, studios, walkable pockets, coves, bluffs, trails, and a culture that's built in and around the creativity and the serenity. Even if you're not an art person, you feel it the second you arrive. Architectural charm, ocean air, and a town that's always had its own personality. It's not just near the water, it's built around the water. Laguna Niguel is a different concept entirely. It's a residential home base with coastal access, more space, more neighborhood consistency, and a daily routine that tends to feel easier. You're still minutes from the coastline, but your life isn't organized around tourism, beach traffic, or the village flow. It's more live here than visit here. Now let's talk about a difference that most people underestimate until they spend real time in both cities, the weather. Laguna Beach runs cooler and more marine influenced. You'll see more coastal cloud cover, more marine layer, and more of that true beach climate that can feel like a relief in the summer. Laguna Niguel can be just a touch warmer and sunnier overall. Still coastal, still fresh, but often with a little bit more consistency from that day to day. That microclimate matters if you're someone who wants the sun in the afternoons or work from home and feel the weather all day. Next, mobility. And this is where the two cities aren't even playing the same game. Laguna Beach is beautiful, but it's narrow, topographic, and volume sensitive. There are specific choke points, and your drive time can change dramatically based on the time of day, the season, weekends, or events. If you live there, you'll learn the patterns quickly. But if you do live with them, it's not bad. It's just the reality of small coastal city that people love to visit from all around the world. Laguna Niguel is built for movement. You have more straightforward access to major routes, and your day-to-day drive tends to be more predictable, whether you're heading to business corridors, commuting north, or just running errands around town, thinking twice about it. If you're the kind of buyer who values being able to get in and out efficiently, Laguna Niguel often wins that category. Now let's get into culture because this is where the decision becomes emotional. Laguna Beach is a destination lifestyle. Your default weekend can be walk to a coffee spot, a canyon hike, a cove, an art walk, a sunset dinner, without leaving your town. It has a rhythm that feels like a coastal retreat, and for the right person, that's the whole point. But you're also sharing that atmosphere with visitors and seasonal surges. If you love energy and don't mind a little friction in exchange for the living somewhere iconic, Laguna Beach can be a dream. Laguna Niguel is more about balance. Your lifestyle is parks, trails, open space, neighborhood living, and easy access to everything around you, including Laguna Beach when you want it. It's the difference between living inside the destination versus living next to it with more control over your routine. Housing character is another major step. Housing character is another major separator, and it's not subtle. Laguna Beach is eclectic, property specific. You'll see everything from historical cottages to hillside homes with dramatic views, to contemporary rebuilds, to streets where two homes side by side can feel completely different in style, layout, and function. Lots can be tighter, streets can be narrower, parking can be a real factor depending upon the pocket. And that's because it's a coastal village setting. Many buyers are prioritizing the local charm and the view story first, and the perfect floor plan far second. Laguna Niguel is consistent by design. You have broader housing types from condos to townhomes to single-family neighborhoods and view communities with more predictable layouts, more standard parking situations, and more of that comfort day to day. It tends to fit the buyer who wants their home to work well every day, not just photography beautiful. Ownership reality matters too, and they're different. In Laguna Beach, the combination of ocean exposure, topography, and older homes in certain pockets can create more variables like maintenance expectations, hillside considerations, and due diligence that deserve real attention. Again, not a negative, just something to be aware of. In Laguna Niguel, ownership tends to feel more straightforward, even the view neighborhoods, because the housing stock and the neighborhood layouts often support a more conventional ownership experience. Now let's talk about buyer psychology, and this is the part I see play out in real life all the time. Some buyers fall in love with Laguna Beach because it feels like a permanent vacation. They want the charm, the serenity, and the creative coastal vibe, and they're willing to accept smaller homes, tighter lots, and the reality of a high demand destination city. Other buyers tour Laguna Beach and realize they want to enjoy it regularly, but they don't want to build their entire routine around it. They don't want their errands, the school runs, or the commute to be affected by visitor patterns. Those buyers often land in Laguna Niguel because it gives a calmer baseline while keeping Laguna Beach close enough to be part of their lifestyle whenever they choose. Something to be aware of. From a market standpoint, Laguna Beach can be intensely premium driven when a home delivers all the right combinations of view, location, and design. But it can also be very sensitive to property specifics. Access, parking, microlocation, layout, and condition. Laguna Niguel typically draws a broader pool of buyers. Relocation, move up, and long-term planners, which often create a different kind of consistency when a home is presented well and priced correctly. Here's a clean way to decide. If you want to live inside a coastal art village where the serenity, culture, and atmosphere are the lifestyle, Laguna Beach may be your place. If you want a more practical home base with easier movement, more neighborhood consistency, and quick access to the coastline when you want it, Laguna Niguel tends to be the smarter fit. And if you want the latest numbers and what buyers are doing right now in each city, reach out and I'll walk you through the real-time market. Randy Orr with Berkshire Hathaway, changing lives one home at a time.